She felt I was a bit rushed. But just a quick report. We sent $3,500 to Lebanon, $3,500 to Lebanon, and just a week and a half ago, we sent $4,000 to Egypt. The needs are great. In Egypt, we had to send the money right away because there were 4 families who were being, I don't want to say harassed, but bugged about paying their tuition, and they couldn't afford it. So we sent $4,000 to pay for the family's tuition. And dollars go a long way in the Middle East. In Egypt, a dollar is 15.6 Egyptian pounds. And in Lebanon, a dollar is 20,000 Lebanese liras. So it goes a long way. So for the money that went to Egypt, we have one family. The mother makes 1,660 pounds a month. And to tell you what that means, I'm not going to say in dollars, because in dollars it's like $120. Okay, but to compare the cost of living in Egypt, £1,600 a month will not pay for food for half a month. A family of 4, without being extravagant, can live on £3,000 a month for food, just food, not counting rent, not counting gas, not counting anything else. So her salary doesn't even pay for half of the food needs for her family. The sad thing is, she works at our Adventist school, and for some reason, the non-Adventists make about a third of what the Adventists make. And that is something that bothered me quite a bit when I was there in Egypt, and I started to fix it. We can't fix it right away because the government controls what we pay the people. So if we increase it all of a sudden, then the school would be out of a lot of money without government. Anyway, it's a whole messed up situation. So can you imagine an Adventist makes this much, a non-Adventist makes this much when they do that same job? So because she's not an Adventist, she doesn't make enough to feed her family. So when she goes home after school, she has to cook and sell the food. And so I asked her, why don't you just quit the work? I mean, it's not paying enough. You can do more. She said, well, that's where I meet people, and that's where they ask for food. So that's just for me to be able to meet people and say, would you like to have something this evening for supper, for dinner? And she said, that's where I get my customers, through parents and through other teachers. Then the other family, the father is not in the picture, and a young lady goes to our academy, and she needed 10,000 pounds for tuition. That first family I told you about, her daughter, I told you 2 Sabbaths ago, I believe, in Egypt, what you score on the final test, the government test, in your 12th grade year, is the only thing they consider. Your grades in school do not matter. You take one test at the end of the year, and that's given by the government. Everybody takes it at the same time. And depending on what you score on that test, the government tells you what major you will take, and where to go to college. Some people have to leave Cairo or whatever city they're in and go to a completely different city, because the government says you're going to go to this college and you're going to take this major. And the major the government dictated for this young lady was not going to give her any decent job to survive. So the mother is forced to send her to a private college, and the tuition is £20,000 a year. And we were able to send her 10,000 to help with half the tuition. The other family is actually the kids of a teacher's brother. Her brother has been sick for a long time, ever since we were in Egypt back in 2004, 2009. The father of these children is sick, and who is the brother of the teacher at our school. Again, she's not an Adventist, she's a Muslim. And so, of course, she doesn't make as much as the Adventists. She makes about £2,100 a month. And remember, 3,000 is what a family needs for food for a month. And so she's supporting her brother's children, and that's why we're helping her. So there's a lot of need. I know our church needs, and I'm going to do the announcements, and you can see in your bulletin that our church needs to help with a budget. But we also have to think of outside ourselves. And as we think of outside ourselves, God blesses. Right? Right? Yeah. So that's what I wanted to share with you. As I said, we had to just send them 4,000, whether the church had it or not. We just sent it from us, and we said, "Well, we'll manage. God will provide," because the need is desperate, and they were being bombarded with, "Okay, when are you going to pay? When are you going to pay? When are you going to pay? Your kids can't continue in school anymore." So we had to send it right away. So thank you for asking God to guide you as to where your heart should be and what you need to do to help people outside of our country, and even people inside our country are suffering. But the suffering in other countries is something Americans cannot experience, have not experienced. God bless you, and we'll continue with our service.